So, the Nogitsune, let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Creatures of Teen Wolf, the series where I cover all of your favorite monsters from the MTV Teen Wolf universe. In today's video, we'll be covering the brand new updated Beacon Hills Nogitsune that was featured in 2023's Teen Wolf the movie, the sequel to Teen Wolf Season 6 and a continuation of the MTV Teen Wolf universe. This video will serve as a companion or sequel to my original Nogitsune Explained video from back in 2020. This will in no way replace any of the information in that video, as most of it still applies to the Nogitsune in the film. Instead, I'll just be adding on to whatever we already know from Season 3 Part 2. Quick disclaimer, some of the information from Season 3B has been changed or explored further in the film, so if you haven't seen Teen Wolf Season 3 or Teen Wolf the movie, do not watch this video, unless you don't care about spoilers. So during the events of Teen Wolf the movie, which takes place 11 years after the flash forward at the end of the Wolves of War and 15 years after Season 1, if you're unsure about what takes place in the timeline, I highly recommend you watch my timeline video for some insight. The Nogitsune displays new powers never before seen in the television series, and it has a significant upgrade which adds to what we learned from Season 5 and 6. That upgrade is in the form of the Nogitsune being a hybrid. This was a controversial decision, to say the least, that many of the fans did not like. I still think it's a positive of the film, seeing as it builds upon the world building of Season 5 and 6, and that's the fact that hybrids do exist in the Teen Wolf universe. Of course, hybrids are different from chimeras. I already covered chimeras in a separate video way back in 2020. The hybrids of Teen Wolf, such as Jackson and Garrett Douglas, will be getting their own video sometime soon, since I've never covered them on the channel before. The first thing we learn about the Nogitsune in the Teen Wolf movie is that it can act on its own without a human host. This was first seen in the episode The Void, when the Nogitsune split from Styles and was able to act on its own in the shape of Styles without the need for an actual host. This is the real Void Styles, as it is the physical representation for the Nogitsune. In Teen Wolf the movie, the Nogitsune takes the shape of the Corporal Reese form once again and operates during the film without a host, so I'm glad the Teen Wolf movie expanded on that lore, as it's not just a retcon. It was in Season 3B, as I just showed you, and most people don't really tend to pay attention to the lore, so they might have actually forgot about this and just complained saying it was a retcon when in reality it really wasn't. The next thing to cover are the additional new powers the Nogitsune acquires in the film. The first of which is telekinesis. This is displayed when he attacks Deputy Ishida in the back of the police station where the prison cells are. The second power we discover, which is a big one, is the Nogitsune's brand new ability to steal not only a Kitsune's foxfire, but also its tails. This again is also seen when he attacks Deputy Ishida in the police station, as it steals the tails in order to create a new wave of Oni, something that the Nogitsune did in Season 3, but the way he went about it was different. He had to steal the physical versions of Noshiko's tails, and this is not a retcon, but rather an addition to the already wild power set that the Nogitsune possesses. Last but not least, the elephant in the room, the Nogitsune's hybrid form. Now, personally, if you ask me, the original design they had for this form was 100 times better than whatever the fuck this is. Anyway, this was one of the biggest twists in the history of the series. Now, I've gotten numerous comments regarding this decision, and if it truly breaks the lore and canon of the Nogitsune's mythology that was introduced way back in Season 3 in 2014. And to that, I'll say no. Here's why. In Season 3, the idea of hybrids being a thing in Teen Wolf weren't even established yet. This concept wouldn't be explored until Season 5 with chimeras, and even more so in Season 6 with the reveals of Garrett Douglas and Jackson Whittemore. In Season 3, Styles tells the Nogitsune, the Void Styles, form that the Nogitsune took, of course, that he can't be a fox and a wolf before he is bitten on the arm by Alpha Scott McCall. According to the lore later in the series, this statement is blatantly false. At the time, Styles, who was informed of this information through Noshiko and Ken, had no clue of the existence of hybrids yet. Neither did Noshiko or Ken. So these characters, at the time at least, are making these statements and are saying them as if they're concrete fact, when we learn later on that they're not. As we know, werewolf bites, if gone wrong, can cause all sorts of issues. We know that depending on the person, a werewolf bite can create a new species such as the Canema in Season 2 and the Werejaguar in Season 4. The werewolf bite can also lead to the eventual creation, in the case of Jackson, after he was cured of being a full Canema, of a hybrid. Jackson became the first naturally occurring werewolf Canema hybrid we knew of in the series, retaining his Canema abilities alongside his werewolf ones. Garrett Douglas in Season 6 was revealed to be a brand new creature entirely, a Lowenmensch, which is the natural mixture of a werewolf or a wolf. Jeff Davis hasn't clarified this yet as of the making of this video, and a lion. This is nothing new, and the same thing happened to the Nogitsune. When Scott bit him in Season 3, the Divine Move, it genetically changed everything about the Nogitsune. As revealed by the Nogitsune itself in the film's climax, the bite from Scott changed him to the point where he became a Nogitsune werewolf hybrid. This led to a significant power boost, allowing for the Nogitsune to use both its natural powers on top of the abilities he gained from his werewolf side to fight Alpha Scott, Evolved Derek, and Beta Eli all at the same time. He was so powerful that he physically overpowered and experienced Jordan Parrish in his Hellhound form, going all out. Parrish was trying to hold him down so that he could light the creature on fire and kill it once and for all. We see on screen that the Nogitsune would have broken free and completely overpowered Parrish if he didn't have any additional help holding it down, confirming that, at least in terms of physical strength, the hybrid Nogitsune is stronger than a Hellhound. Parrish needed the help of Evolved Derek in order to hold the creature in place, which eventually led to the Nogitsune's final demise and the permanent death of Derek Hale, who ascended to alpha status through the method of becoming a true alpha right before he passed away. And that's going to do it for the updated guide on the Nogitsune in the MTV Teen Wolf universe. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like. I just want to shout out my patrons real quick. Shout out to all of you. You guys keep my book series True Alpha going, and you guys keep it going strong as well. So I really appreciate all the support on Patreon. If you guys want to subscribe to the Patreon, the link will be in the description down below. True Alpha Chapter 7 releases next Friday as of the recording of this video on March 3rd, 2023. So if you guys want to read the chapters before the full book comes out, or if you just want to wait for the full book to come out, that book comes out on June 23rd. 2023 on the channel on Patreon first, and then on Amazon at a later date in hardcover and print, or no, it's paperback and hardcover, my bad. But yeah, shout out to all my patrons. Anyway, guys, this is Jade. I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure you guys have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Don't forget to do what I said, subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next Creatures of Teen Wolf video. Next video should be a Wolfpack video, so expect that sometime within the next couple of days.